Hey, it's Kevin back with another Road Warrior, heading out to get some gas, and I'm doing what I do, which is, I know isn't necessarily a good thing, and it's chasing cheap gas. Because gas prices have like skyrocketed here recently over the course of the last month or so, up like 30 cents. And normally, winter gas rates are higher than summer gas rates, if I remember correctly. Or at least that's been the way it seems to have been for a long time. But for some reason here, winter gas was cheaper than it normally is. And now as we're getting closer to spring, the gas rates are jumping back up. And it's funny when you hear people say it's all about supply and demand. And I think to myself, no, it's not. Because these oil-producing countries, these oil-producing companies, control the supply and demand. Sure, there is, in theory, the fact that you can pump it out of the earth, and you can only pump so much, and it takes so much time, and it takes the time to refine. But as we know, it's all about storage reserves. The gas crisis, the gas situation, because I've lived through a couple of 2-3 gas crises in my life, gas rationing even back in the day, it's all about how much they're supplying to us, and if there's pipeline accidents, if there's problems on their end, and it just drives me crazy. Because I really believe it's controlled by our system, much like prescription prices and all that kind of stuff. And gas prices affect all of us, depending on how much we drive. Now, I don't drive that much anymore, but because my car has a small tank, it feels like I'm going out and getting a tank of gas every week. I may be driving 300 miles in a week, and I guess that's a lot, isn't it? But that's really all my tank holds, is about 300 miles. So it kind of drives me crazy that, well, there's really no way to control that. I'm a slave to whatever the gas price is at the time, as we all are. But it's amazing here where you can see a gas price difference of 10 to 12 cents from a gas station that's like 3 or 4 miles away. And I know gas stations use that price competition to get you to shop their convenience store. But it's funny is I prefer certain brands of gas, certain companies, and their prices can vary depending upon where you go. In the old days of gas prices, you always used to have one gas station that was always the cheapest. And we have that here, but it seems that every like 3 or 6 months, they rotate the one that's going to be the cheapest, I guess, to get you all around sides of town. I don't know what it is, but thankfully I've got my Gas Buddy app, and I can constantly check that and well, figure out the math and make sure I'm getting the cheapest gas without costing me that many gallons of gas to go get it and to come back. It's the silly things that we worry about, but I've been worrying about gas prices since I started driving at 16. I've always been very conscious of them. Of course, back then it was because I had to really ration dollars and pennies and nickels, and you were scrambling for change to fill up gas. Now it's not quite so bad, thankfully. Back next week with another Road Warrior. I guess doing this costs gas money too, doesn't it? KevinMason.us, our home for all the Road Warrior videos. Have them on YouTube, have them on Facebook. Again, love the fact that you're here. Appreciate it more than you know, and ask you to always tell a friend. Thanks so much. See you next week with a full tank. Thanks.